Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have come up with with yet another rollover analysis. Today we have with us Mr. Manoj Velar. Mr. Manoj Velar is a veteran in derivative market with profound understanding about the subject. Manoj has been spearheading derivative segment for Elegant Broking Limited since last 9 years. Manoj has a strong hold on option segment, especially index option, which constitute lion's share in the overall market turnover. His grip on derivatives data enable him to foresee near-term market movements, and for this very reason, we are conducting this webinar. He will be supported by Mr. Gaurav Arora. Gaurav has recently joined Religare, and in no time, he has been our key resource to generate short-term investment ideas, BTech by qualification. Gaurav has a good understanding of charts, and his ability to understand data has been contributing significantly towards wealth creation for our clients. Gaurav focuses on the stock market and stock option side of the derivative segment for Religare. With this note, I would like to welcome Mr. Manoj to start the session. Manoj, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Suraj, and a very warm welcome to everyone once again on this monthly webinar that we have. So this pertains more to the new series that we have. This time it would be the June series. So a typical distribution is where we discuss what the index specific trend can be for the month. Then we cherry pick 3 to 4 stocks that we believe that can outperform this series, that is a June series. And then we generally have a questionnaire session pertaining to this webinar strictly, because it would not be a stock specific. It would be more into understanding what the flows are or how the index might be reacting in the next 15 to 20 odd days. So to start this, the Nifty almost in the last month in the May series, Nifty was positive by at least 2.5 odd percent. Unlike every month, this time the Bank Nifty did not outperform. The Bank Nifty was hardly at 1.7 odd percent. So there was a clear underperformance. Ideally, on a normal month when the Nifty is up by 2.5%, the Bank Nifty at least, if not curtails, less than a 3 odd percent. So yes, a clear underperformance was seen. So we will try to understand as to where the money is flowing in. If the Bank Nifty, which is the single largest sector along with the finance, if we see that contributes to almost 34% of your Nifty. So if the money is being restricted there, or if the ratio wise, if the money is not really going there, we try to understand which sectors would be attractive or which can outperform at least in this June series. So we have a presentation here which gives a simple but rather more objective way of looking into things. Now, we believe that in equity derivatives, open interest or the position that is relevant is a clear indication of a trend being strong. So be it bullish or a bearish trend. So what we are trying to say here is when we have positions or an open interest surge on any index, maybe on the upside or on the downside, that necessarily helps dictating the trend, and that also defines the foreign trend. So when we started the May series, the Nifty net new contract positions were the open interest was almost 80 odd lakhs. This time when we have started, that is this morning when we started, the Nifty June futures open interest was at I would say rather at 87 lakhs. So a good increment of 7 odd lakhs, though it's not much, but then yes, it is positive, because on an average we used to see around 88 to 90, 95 odd lakh, but still better than last month. So we believe that the positivity might go in. I would like to just put down certain facts. FIs on we all understand that FIs have a land share in the Indian equity markets, especially your derivative trade as well. So generally, an average percentage with which they short the index futures, precisely Nifty, to hedge their position is around 50 to 60%, 50 to 60%. When we ideally see the short position exceeding a 60-65%, that is when maybe the pessimism comes in or a sell on rise gets dictated in the market. And likewise, when we see this position going to the south of north, that is lesser than 40-45 odd percent, that is when we might say that it's more of a directional long. So at least this time we are more or less at 50-57%, and that is exactly why we would say that the short less positions which has been rolled from April to May and now from May to June. That is exactly why the positioning in the Nifty is less. But then, yes, it is better than what we saw in the last month. So yes, fresh long position of at least 8 odd lakhs has been seen into the June contract, and we saw the day today it was a good 180 odd points. Though the bank Nifty did not really participate much with respect to the weightage that it has, but the Nifty alone, along with other sectors, managed to be on a positive side. Now we expect this to inch or go more towards an 18,700 to 18,800. Now the reason why we are coming to that is the option part. If you look into the second graph, the bar graph, it simply says that we have a highest accumulation almost at strikes of 18,000 odd. And for the call, that would be a good around 19 odd thousand, though because this is a monthly one, so the positions are a bit less. But then we all understand that generally at least a good 15-20% of the position which is being made gets carried into the monthly one. So now above 18,500, we would say the next crucial resistance would be 19,000 or closer to 19,000. Now obviously June is a big month, and we would have at least 4 weekly expiries. So there would be a trending 200-250 odd point swing that comes in, because the VIX is also at a 12.5%, which simply says that a 650 odd points swing in the Nifty is possible in the next 30 days. Again, like you're saying, we have boiled down to 4 stocks that we feel can outperform this month of June series. I'd like to draw an attention here. I guess if last time also we were mentioning that IT as a sector, though there was huge carnage at least in the last 6-8 months, but the last couple of months, rather, if I would say precisely from the Feb-March series, when the rollover happened, the stocks have not really seen much negativity or much underperformance with respect to the Nifty. And the last month it was at par to the index, and this month we believe that there is fresh money coming. For example, like stocks like Infosys with 1240 and 1300, almost a good 60 odd rupees movement which has happened in this series of in the last series of May rather. We expect that this might be a positive delivery based buying. So money which did not really see an outperformance from the banking sector, we believe that there is a possibility it has flown into some base building into the Nifty IT. So we believe IT as a sector might outperform this month of June series. So of all the stocks, we boiled down to 4 stocks, which is Infosys, Persistent, Tata Power, and Gujarat Gas, along with Maruti. So this would be the stocks that we expect might outperform in the series of June. Now coming to the Bank Nifty. So what we were saying is the Bank Nifty ideally till at least the March and April series almost was outperforming, and generally the ratio at which it outperforms is 1:3. That is, every 100 points move in the Nifty is dictated by at least a 300 odd points in the Bank Nifty, but that was not seen last month. Like I mentioned, 2.5% on Nifty and hardly 1.7 on the Bank Nifty. So there are certain levels or certain pivots. So we all understand that 44,200 is a level. I guess the Bank Nifty has spent more than 10 to 15 odd days not really surpassing that. So it becomes it's a no-brainer that at least closing above 44,200 and the spot can trigger fresh move, and then an expectancy of outperformance might happen. So clearly, if you see the May series started with 22 odd lakhs showing positivity, but the June series, because of the underperformance, we might say that I started with 20.5 lakhs. So almost 1.5 lesser position into the banks in the June series. Now there are 2 ways to look into it. Obviously, it's very rare where the index rally or the Nifty rallies without Bank Nifty. That might happen once in 20 months, if I have to say that. So the probability is very less. So the good part is in the event the Nifty rallies without Bank Nifty now, and eventually if the Bank Nifty does a catch-up game, then the surge towards 19,000 would be quite efficient. So always when the Nifty and Bank Nifty, they align in a direction, the trend is strong. So as of now, we believe that 44,200 is the pivot. Above that, the outperformance or the push to the Nifty from the bankings or the Bank Nifty might come in. Again, we look into the open interest position wise, but then again, more than the option data, we believe that this pivot of 44,200 would be the major crucial thing. Now, This is a simple graph wherein we have tried to portray objectively what is the percentage of rollover. Though percentage is a way of looking into the rolls that has happened month on month, but then we believe in the absolute positions, which is simple, the total number of amount of open interest in one sector which was in the previous series versus what is seen in the next series. So ideally, at least roller wise, if you see textile, media, and metals, these have actually seen higher rollovers, wherein the lowest rollovers that we have seen would be capital goods, telecom, and automobile. Now, autos were doing good in, I guess, from Feb, March, and almost this April series. So almost 3 months of autos is what we are seeing, and now there is some profit booking or maybe underperformance. So we believe that it would be IT again along with FMCG and possible something from the pharma sector which might outperform for this series of June. Now I hand it over the call to Gaurav, who will give you or explain the rationale behind the stock selection that we have.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. So today again, we have come up with four stocks that we believe can outperform Nifty in the June series. So sir has mentioned that Bank Nifty underperformed the benchmark. The difference or the reason for Bank Nifty underperformance to the Nifty is Nifty IT. So after quite some time or a prolonged underperformance, we saw some traction in IT space, and Infosys is no different. So our first stock pick is Infosys. The stock gained nearly 4.6% with decline of 6.5% open interest, and that indicates short covering. With further room of short covering, we believe stock is poised to do well in June series as well. We believe the up move has just started in the stock. So maintain positive bias, which major support line lies at 1260. So we expect 1380 to 1400 levels in the Infosys in the near term. Second on the list is again from the IT basket only, and that is Persistent. The stock gained nearly 10%, but with no major change in open interest or the positioning. Open interest stands at 12 lakh shares against 8 lakhs, which is the average of last 6 months. The stock is trading at its lifetime high and gave the all-time high closing, weekly closing today as well. And we anticipate the stock to continue doing well, making new highs in the near term. So Persistent is our second pick from the IT space and the overall. So maintain positive bias with stop loss at 4800. Next we have is Gujarat Gas. So we have seen mixed trend visible in oil and gas space, but the stock that we like is Gujarat Gas. It gained nearly 7.5% in May series with decline of 7% open interest. Now, what we have seen or observed is the cash-based buying that is visible in the stocks. And with further room for short covering in futures, we see stock is biased positively to test 530 to 5635 levels in June series, which is roughly around 6 to 7% from these levels. So one can expect stock to trade in the range of 475 to 535 levels in the near term. And last on the list, we have Tata Power. We have seen good traction coming in NTPC and PFC and this Tata Power. The stock witnessed a bounce of 6% in May series with continued decline in open interest. The unwinding in short positions near 215 levels, which was a weighted average selling of the shorts that happened in previous expiries or the series. Now with cash buying indicates a possibility of further up move or trimming of that short positions. In last three series consecutively, what we have observed is the short covering of nearly 6% in March, and then 6% in April, and then 7% in May. So that indicates the shorts are not comfortable. So we believe that above 215, the stock has the potential to surge towards 230 levels. So dip should be bought with stop loss at 202. So just to sum it up in Hindi, सो मार्केट में जैसे सर ने बात करी कि एक अंडर परफॉर्मेंस बैंक निफ्टी में देखने को मिली और आगे भी मिल सकती है. सो आईटी सेक्टर यहाँ से अच्छा करना चाहिए. सो आईटी में फर्स्ट पिक इन्फोसिस रहेगा, सेकंड परसिस्टेंट रहेगा, एंड नेक्स्ट वी हैड गुजरात गैस फ्रॉम ऑयल एंड गैस स्पेस, एंड लास्ट वी हैव टाटा पावर. सो दीज आर द फोर स्टॉक्स दैट वी बिलीव should do well in June series. Yes, that is all from my side. Handing the call to Manoj sir again. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav. So, guys, the important thing is not only on the derivative stock future side, these four stocks might also be used as a delivery based buying for the client. So, Cash buying into stock like Infosys with the target and persistent is what we recommend. But strictly the prices that we have mentioned on the screen, or at least these levels, would be a better to go for stock futures, because I always say there is an M2M associated with this. These stocks, because the market, yes, there is volatility in the market at times. So we suggest that buying in the cash market, the delivery based buying in both the in food of these stocks would be a better option. Now we understand there is statistically, if you see, there is a positive correlation between the US markets and IT as a sector, and the same goes with the metal sector and the Chinese market. So we believe that irrespective of what otherwise might say, but at least there has been an underperformance in IT, and that would certainly attract some money, because this has been more than a good 8 to 11 odd months. If you remember, almost last year same month when we saw the IT stocks stopped outperformance. So some catch up game can certainly come in. So buying in the cash market in these four stocks is highly recommended. Now, coming to the index, what do we do for the June expiry? The simple thing is, as we are saying, the upside now, the crucial pivot or the weighted average price of this June series rollover, which has happened, is somewhere close to an 18,200 on the futures. But again, 18,400 to 18,800, this would be the major range where the Nifty would be trading most of the time. So we believe that this 400 odd point, we would see the June series spending a lot of time in 18,400 to 18,800. A better strategy here is to buy. Obviously, this is a strategy which was released this morning, but then generally what we advocate is buying at the money call option. So buying an 18,400 call option along with the combination of 18,400 put option for the month end expiry. So when you buy that, the total comes to almost 410 to 420, and then you sell by hedging an 18,800 call option. So if you see, and a 17,900 put option. So what we have tried to do here is the 18,400 and 18,800. So we have tried to keep it at least at somewhere close to a 400 to 450 odd points in terms of range. So the stop loss would be 210 and the target would be 480 on that. So I guess I will have a correction here. It might be closer to 18,900 strike that we will see that, because the difference between the strikes would be a good 500 odd points. So as of now, because the Nifty is closed at 18,500, even on Monday, doing the same with 18,500 call and put option and combining that with a 19,000 call sell and an 18,000 put can also be done at this point of time. So ideally, what the outcome that we have from this webinar would be, the Nifty has seen good performance and long positioning. The FIs are much lesser in terms of short position what they usually do. There has been buying in the cash market from the FI side. The only drawback that we see is the banking sector, which used to help the Nifty outperform, has seen some lackluster money coming in. So we believe that as of now, FMCG and IT, this would be the two sectors which are trying to catch up or fill in that space. But once we get a clear closing above 44,200 on the bank Nifty, we we expect the bank Nifty to again help outperformance, and that might help the Nifty lead more towards 18,800 to 19,000 odd levels. Now, since June is a big month and there is volatility coming in, because as we were saying that IT as a sector might outperform, and that has a relevance to the US markets. Buying these stocks, IT stocks like Infosys and Persistent in the cash market would be a much prudent strategy to do this Monday. The other two stocks would be Gujarat Gas, that we like, can be bought along with Tata Power. And on the index level on Monday, doing an 18,500 call and put for the month end, where you can buy and you can sell a 19,000 call option and hedge it with a 18,000 put option. You can sell these two legs. So that is a strategy that we would recommend at this point of time. So guys, this sums up the basic thing that we have for the index. Now kindly let us know if there are any queries regarding this, and we'll be more than happy to answer that. Yes, Suraj. Swaraj, if there are any queries, kindly let us know. Komal. Yeah, so I can see a query here which says, which is from Nisha Malik. Nisha asked, what's the viewpoint on Nifty 18400 put on Monday? So, Nisha, I believe that this is a weekly expiry put that you're asking for. And since 18,500 strike has seen a good accumulation of call writing, there is a possibility that we might see a 50-80 odd point. Now, I always say, following the trend is a better way. So, at least as of now, the trend is on the positive side. So, any dip that you get, use the dip to buy call options or a call spread. However, to answer your query, we believe that if there is a resistance in the Nifty in the short term, it would be closer to, this is the spot I'm talking about, 18,500 to 560, 60, and possibility of 18,400 to 430, of 60, oh, I'm sorry, 60 to 80 odd points profit booking might come in. That is also because this entire buying that has happened today in the Nifty, that has a base closer to 18,400. So usually when the trend continues, the index corrects and comes to the weighted average price, and that is where we take this, believe that the support can be taken. So to answer your question, 18,560 spot should be a stop loss, and target should be closer to 18,400 to 440. See, stock specific, Benjamin, I appreciate this, but then stock specific, we will not be commenting, and especially stocks like Adani Group. So I guess you can write into the fundamental team who would try to maybe answer this in a better way as to what fundamentals are changing in. So guys, we still have some more time. Okay, now this is again a stock specific view, but it is being asked on Reliance. So what we would request is, if you can send us a mail on equity.research@delegate.com, wherein we'll be more than happy to guide. So guys, if there are any questions specific to the index or maybe the sector view or the four stocks that we have mentioned might outperform. I see one question here. Whenever we get any derivative call, there is almost 5 points gap in Nifty and 10 points in Bank Nifty. So the overall ratio of risk and reward becomes unfair. Can you do something about it? There is almost about 5 points gap in Nifty. So if I understand you properly, the premium is 5 points. See, because the chief mode of putting the calls in Religare officially is through Jamun. So the first thing that we do is when we have a call, we put it in Jamun software. So try to have a Jamun logged into your screen, because the very fair pricing or the immediate, I guess Jamun doesn't even have a lag more than 30, not even 30 seconds. I get 10 to 12 seconds odd. So the call is first put in Jamun software, and then we eventually put it in WhatsApp group and email or things like that. So that is why this discrepancy might come in. So kindly try and use Jamun or even your app that we have, because these are the mediums where the calls are put in first. So guys, we have some more time wherein if there are any queries regarding to maybe any derivative understanding of the index, maybe an option or the strategy that we're given, or stock specific, or even on the futures or bank nifty, kindly feel free to ask, or what has happened in today's state with respect to nifty, bank nifty, options, things like that. So even that we can discuss a bit, because that is relevant to the index that we have a view on. Yeah, I see a query from Kumari Radha, who asks that the Dynami app is very slow. Now, I will try and convey this to the products team as well. However, I guess we have a new app as well, not really a new app, a better version of that, which is called Leap, LEAP. So kindly get in touch with the products team who would help you understanding this, or maybe download that, because we believe that that is a refined version of the app that we have as of now.
So team, if you have any questions, request you to unmute yourself and ask a question, or simply type question in the Q&A section.
Yeah, Swaraj, I guess I see a question here, which is with respect to the realty sector in June series. So if I have to say, at least sector-wise, realty looks positive, and we believe that DLF is one stock which can outperform, at least for this month of June series. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was the month of Feb, ideally, when we saw the realty gaining traction, at least in terms of month-on-month performance. And we believe that, yes, it might be a shadow sector. When I mean by shadow sector, it would not be the major sector to lead the trend. But then we believe DLF from the DLF stock from the sector might be positive. But overall, if you ask for the sector, we believe that can be positive for the June series. Yeah, Ms. Radha, I can see this. You mentioned that Leap does not work in the mobile phone. So I'll try and convey this to the products team as to what would be the relevant solution to this. Thank you.
Any other question, team? I believe no more questions.
Okay, Swaraj. So guys, thank you so much for your time and participating in this, and kindly utilize this at least in the next trading session on Monday. And feel free to send us an email if there are any queries at equityresearch@elegate.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Gaurav. With this note, I would like to conclude the session. Thank you all the participants for joining with us. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.